Brian Ruhlman. 84, Steve Baker. 61, Dan Armbruster. 24, Rick Eckert. 32, Bob Pierce. 15, Scott Peltz. Star 1, Chubb Frank. 7K, Randy Kimmel. 14, Ed Dunn. 87, Jack Pencil. 93X, Rick Wachter. 28B, Dick Barton. And a 13 of Jim Mazer. Brian Ruhlman in car 49, 84 Steve Baker, 61 Dan Armbruster, 24 Rick Eckert, 32 Bob Pearson, 15 Scott Peltz. Star 1 Chubb Frank, 7K Randy Kimmel, 14 Ed Dunn, 87 Jack Pencil, 93X Rick Wachter, 28B Dick Barton, and 13 of Jim Mazer. Here they come through 3 and 4, looking for the green flag. They're on the throttle, and the green is out. Coming off of turn 4, down the front stretch, side by side into turn number 1 for the lead. Ruhlman on the inside takes the lead into 1. Look at this, stacked up behind your front 2 cars. Baker takes the lead in turn 2. Randy Kimmel spins in turn 2. Randy Kimmel in car 7K, spinning in turns 1 and 2. The caution is out. Caution is out. What a battle we had cooking there. Kimmel in a 7K will have to restart on the rear of the field, but they were in complete restart with Randy Kimmel's 7K at the back of the bus. 15 laps. Ruhlman and Baker bring the field off the 4th turn. Again, we'll look for the green. They're on the throttle. Green is out, and away we go. Into turn 1, Ruhlman has the lead. Baker second, Armbruster runs third. Down the back stretch, they're bunched up in the middle of the pack. Barton is trying to make a quick move here early on in the 28B. Ruhlman leads Baker, Armbruster, Eckert in 4th, and Peltz, Frank, Pearson, Barton. Bob Pearson, car 32. Wheel to wheel with the star 1 of Chubb Frank through 1 and 2, but Frank beats him down the backstretch to hold on to that 6th spot. Barton now challenging Bob Pierce for 7th as they exit turn 2 down the back straightaway. Into 3. Ruhlman still leads. Baker second. Armbruster third. Barton and Pierce wheel to wheel coming off of 4, and Barton makes the pass. Brian Ruhlman continues to lead. He's got that left front wheel coming off the ground as well. Caution is out. Jim Mazer in car 13 spinning in turn 2 to bring out the caution. Jim Mazer in car 13 spins her around atop turn number 2 to bring out the caution. It up right at the end of the backstretch. Ruhlman takes off as the green drops. He got a great restart. Pull it away. Ruhlman leads, Baker second, Armbruster third, being challenged for the final transfer spot by the 24 of Rick Eckert. Chubb Frank really porting the pressure to the 15 of Scott Peltz. Peltz running 5th, Frank 6th, Barton is still 7th. Pierce slips high off of turn 2 in the 32. Ed Dunn in the 14 closes ground there as they enter 3. Ruhlman leading by almost a half a straightaway. to 15 high off of turn 4, and Chubb Frank moves to 5th in the Star 1. Chubb Frank into the top 5 in the Star 1. Trying to keep his streak of making all the Pittsburghers intact. 19.79 that lap for Brian Ruhlman as the track picks up speed again. Halfway this time by, 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go. Ruhlman at 19.93 that time by, 19.93. Rick Eckert in the 24 again trying to mount a challenge to the 61 of Dan Armbruster for that third and final transfer spot. 5 laps remaining. Armbruster sideways through 3 and 4, and Eckert's coming to the inside off the 4th turn for third. Armbruster will hold him off. Eckert right behind Armbruster again off of turn 2, and Chubb Frank trying to make it a 3-car battle. Armbruster again sideways. Something breaks. The car slides high. Close to the wall. Not sure if something broke or not, but Armbruster definitely had it go away from him there in turn 3, and he'll lose 2 spots. Oh, Peltz and Armbruster come together into one. Barton gets by. Pierce is into the wall. Hard crash in turn 1. Scott Peltz and Dan Armbruster getting together at the end of the front straightaway, and Bob Pierce with nowhere to go in car 32 hit the wall a ton. As the caution is out, Pierce trying to take his car to the pit area. Dick Barton in the 28 narrowly getting by. Armbruster's car almost looked like something happened to it when it was in turn 3, as it sort of skated to the top of the racetrack. 2 guys got by, and then here on the front stretch, him and Peltz coming together right at the end of the straightaway. Geisler is guaranteed to start again by virtue of being one of our Fast 6 qualifiers. He comes back out, 4 laps remaining, including Pittsburgher 100 T-shirts and sweatshirts. Cooling off a bit. Sweatshirt may be in order. Brian Ruhlman ready to go. Steve Baker on his tail as the green comes back out. Eckert right now in third, the final transfer spot, and you want to see someone put the charge on. Watch the Star 1 of Chubb Frank. Frank slips for a moment in turn 2, and Barton closes. Baker closing on Ruhlman down the back stretch, side by side for the lead into 3. Baker takes over the lead. The Phil Lucon Rev Fab 84. Boy, you just slip out of the groove for a moment and look out. The West Virginia Rim Rider stuck it in there hard and deep in turn number 3. Ruhlman again slipping high off the second turn. He's still second, but look at Eckert closing in on the backstretch. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Randy Kimmel slips high in turn 4 in the 7K and loses a spot to the 14 of Ed Dunn. Kimmel drops to 7. The Rocket Man, Steve Baker, takes the white flag off the 4th turn. 1 lap to go. Ruhlman second, Eckert right now still third, Frank fourth, Barton fifth. Dunn, Kimmel, Pencil, and Wachter. Out of Fairmont, West Virginia, heat race number 2, the track champion Steve Baker. Brian Ruhlman second and Rick Eckert third. Chubb Frank, Dick Barton complete your top 5 with Ed Dunn, Randy Kimmel, Jack Pencil, and Rick Wachter next in line.